Okay, so today we're going to introduce another structure, another form. And this is a form that we've touched on briefly in Japanese 2040. So this chapter, we're going to just talk about it a little bit more in depth. Let's take a look. So in chapter 18, we studied the ba form plus yokatta desu. So for example, もっと勉強すればよかったです。もっと勉強すればよかったです。or 彼と別れなければよかったです。彼と別れなければよかったです。So this ばよかったです is what we use when we talk about something that we should have done. So I should have studied more. Or I shouldn't have broken up with him. ば form plus よかったです。So today we're going to talk a little bit more about that ba form. So this ba form is another conditional. So it's like an if. So that ba yokatta desu that we studied back in chapter 18, the idea is like, if I had done this, it would have been good. If I had studied more, it would have been good. With the implication being, but I didn't, so things are not good. Or if I hadn't broken up with him, things would have been good. But I did break up with him, so now things are not good, is the implication. So this ba really is like an if. So once again, the way that we make the ba form, the good news is that it's really consistent. So all we have to do is change the u sound at the end to an e sound and add ba. So iku will become ikeba, yobu, yobeba, yomu, yomeba, kau, kaeba, hanasu, hanaseba, shinu, shineba, toru, toreba, 食べる、食べれば、見る、見れば、する、すれば、来る、来れば. So we're just changing the u to an e and putting ba. It's really consistent all through. The only thing that could be a little tricky is the nai form, or the negative version of the ba form. So when we want to make the negative version of the ba form, we're going to start with nai form. But instead of nai, we're going to get rid of the e in nai and change to na kereba. So na kereba, like you might remember when we had na kereba ikemasen in 1020. This na kereba is also coming from that. So iku, nai form is ikanai, ikanakereba. Taberu, the nai form is tabenai, 食べなければ. So that's how we make the negative version of ba form. So we can use this ba form in a sentence. For example, このボタンを押せばお湯が出ます。このボタンを押せばお湯が出ます。Or今は富士山に登れませんが、7月になれば登れます。7月になれば登れます。or メガネをかけなければ新聞が読めません。メガネをかけなければ新聞が読めません。So this ba, it's like a condition, and the second half of the sentence will be the result. So it's kind of a general, like, conditional relationship. It works a lot like the tada that we studied before. So just like the tada, it can also kind of have like an if meaning or a when meaning, depending on the context. So 7月になれば登れます. So when it becomes July, we can climb Mount Fuji. Or このボタンを押せば お湯が出ます. If or when you press this button, then the hot water will come out. Or メガネをかけなければ新聞が読めません. If I don't wear my glasses, I can't read the newspaper. So usually when we have this ba form, not always, but most of the time, the thing that follows the ba, so the result is usually like a good thing. So like, yay, once it becomes July, we can climb the mountain. Usually it's a good thing. Let's look a little bit more at what we could do with ba form. So, 子供は大丈夫ですか ?2、3日入院すれば大丈夫ですよ。地図を読むのが上手じゃないんです。町の人に聞けば大丈夫ですよ。So like for example, putting the ba form together with 大丈夫ですよ. This is a really common usage of ba that we will see all the time. We use it to kind of give a suggestion or give some advice. So if you do this, then it will be fine. 入院すれば大丈夫です。聞けば大丈夫です。If you do this, then things will be fine. We might also use with どうすれば字がきれいになりますか？ゆっくり何度も書く練習をすればきれいになると思いますよ。This どうすれば we use when we're seeking like instruction or advice. What should I do to make my handwriting better? If I do what, will my handwriting become better? And she says, if you write it many times slowly, you practice writing it many times slowly, then it will become good. So we can also use, we can also use tara in a lot of cases, right? When we're making a conditional, like if or when. Tara is the most convenient one. So for example, 今度北海道に行ったらスキーをしよう. When the next time we go to Hokkaido, let's go skiing. Or ご飯を食べたら薬を飲みます. So after I finish eating, I'll take my medicine. Or たくさんお金があったら新しい車を買います. So if I had a lot of money, I would buy a new car. All of these are places where we can use tara. That's very convenient. The thing about tara is that it's not what we call kaki kotoba. So it's a kind of usage that we can use a lot when we're, say, speaking directly, or when we're writing like a letter, or when we're writing an email. But like we don't really use it when we're writing like super formal papers and things like that. So we'll talk a little bit in the higher levels of Japanese about like academic writing. And in sort of more formal academic writing, we don't use tara. On the other hand, ba form and to form, ba form and like the to, like iku to that we talked about in chapter 18, those conditionals we can't use if we're going to have like a volitional or a request at the end of the sentence. So if we want to say like しよう or してください, then we can't use ba or to. That one will have to be tara. We also can't use ba or to talk about like a sequence. Like if, like when I do, like first I do this and then after that I do that. That doesn't work. That one will have to be tara. We can use a ba to talk about something hypothetical. So like if I had a lot of money. We can't use to talk about something that is hypothetical though. To can only be with something that actually will happen. There are a couple of cases, so like tara we can pretty much apply anywhere as long as we're not speaking like super formally in academic writing. But there are a couple of places where tara is a little bit weird. Tara is weird if it's something that is repeated or inevitably occurs. So, 春になれば花が咲きます。春になると花が咲きます。So when it becomes spring, whenever it becomes spring, the flowers bloom. Those are cases where ba or to are good, but tara is a little bit weird. Okay, so for now, let's focus on practicing with the ba form that we have just learned. See if you can use it to do the following activities.